newsletter for March 2026. The March 2026 edition dives into practical engineering challenges across C++, Qt, and Rust, the kind of cross-stack puzzles that keep things interesting. We take a close look at Rust, C++ interoperability, comparing Zngur and CXX in real-world scenarios, and explore how to synchronize state across dynamic QML components using a scalable message broker pattern. Hotspot 1.6.0 arrives with improved profiling capabilities, and our recap of Embedded World 2026 gathers the standout demos and insights from the show floor. On the tooling front, Qt Creator 19 introduces a set of workflow and usability refinements aimed at smoothing everyday development. You'll also find new video content covering Qt Widgets features, along with the launches of a fresh series on getting the most out of CLion. As always, we round things out with upcoming training opportunities and events to help you stay current. Weighing up Zngur and CXX for Rust C++ Interop. In Ben Ford's new blog post, he digs into the practical differences between Zngur and CXX for Rust C++ interoperability, breaking down how each framework approaches safety, stability, and tooling, with CXX leaning toward a more conservative, well-structured model, while Zngur offers broader flexibility with containers and traits, sometimes a blessing, sometimes a puzzle. The article also explores performance considerations, async support, threading behavior, and how both options integrate into existing build systems. If you're choosing an interop strategy for an upcoming project, this overview gives you a clear sense of where each approach shines. Bind QML values across an arbitrary number of elements. In this new article, Javier Cordero tackles a familiar challenge in dynamic QML applications: keeping multiple windows in sync when each one may or may not need to share state, a scenario that always sounds simpler than it behaves. He outlines a scalable approach built around a C++ singleton acting as a message broker, paired with recursive signal slot connections to propagate updates efficiently. The result is a flexible pattern for synchronizing properties across any number of QML windows while keeping UI and logic cleanly decoupled. If you're working with dynamic interfaces or multi-window setups, this pattern offers a practical way to maintain consistency without adding unnecessary coupling. Hotspot version 1.6.0 released. The latest Hotspot release, version 1.6.0, brings a solid round of improvements to this standalone GUI for analyzing Linux performance data, a tool that often reveals more than you expect once you start digging. Hotspot continues to offer a modern visual alternative to parsing files and presenting results in a way that makes profiling more approachable and efficient. This update adds support for archived perf files, along with regex filtering in the flame graph to quickly zero in on specific symbols or subsystems. There's also new tracepoint analysis for deeper event-based insights. Beyond the headline features, the release includes a collection of bug fixes, UI refinements, and stability improvements aimed at smoothing profiling workflows for large or complex codebases. Embedded World 2026 Recap. At Embedded World 2026 in Nuremberg, the KDAB booth gave visitors a hands-on look at high-performance embedded software built with Qt, C++, Rust, Slint, and Flutter. A reminder of just how many toolchains now exist in the embedded space without stepping on each other's toes. The team showcased a range of demos including multi-display streaming setups, real-time 3D user interfaces, Flutter running on embedded hardware, and Rust C++ integration using CXX Qt. Attendees also explored approaches for migrating legacy systems, setting up continuous integration on real devices, and optimizing performance with tools like Hotspot and Gamma Ray. To round things out, there's a recap video capturing KDAB's presence at the event and the energy around the booth on our channel. Qt Creator 19 released. The latest update to Qt Creator version 19 brings a focused set of usability and workflow improvements to the IDE, the kind of refinements that quietly make everyday work feel smoother. A new minimap offers quicker navigation through large source files, and remote development setup has been significantly streamlined with automatic toolchain detection and direct access to device file systems. The release also broadens lightweight project support across more build systems and languages, making it easier to work with diverse codebases. Rounding things out, Qt Creator 19 introduces a basic MCP server for integrating external tools, along with a collection of performance optimization and UI tweaks that make the overall experience feel more responsive. Video releases. Qt Widgets and more returns. In the latest episode, Jesper takes a closer look at QRange model, introducing Qt 6.10, a class that promises simpler models without subclassing, or so the headline suggests. Jesper walks through how QRange model works in practice and explores when it's a good fit and when sticking with a traditional subclass still makes more sense. It's a clear, practical tour of a feature that can streamline your UI code, provided you know where its edges are. You can find all episodes of Qt Widgets and more on our channel. New series, Qt with CLion. Jesper Pedersen brings more than a decade of experience with Qt Creator and even earlier roots in Emacs to this new YouTube series focused on getting the most out of CLion. Aimed at developers who want to sharpen their workflow, the episodes share practical tips, configuration guidance, and everyday techniques that make CLion a more efficient environment, whether you're switching from another IDE or refining your current setup. The first two episodes in the series set the foundation. Jesper walks through configuring CLion for Qt development, covering toolchains, CMake presets, and the essential settings that make the environment feel native, before moving on to a practical tour of everyday workflows, building, running, navigating code, and using CLion's built-in tools to streamline development across Qt projects. KDAB Training. Whether you're looking to deepen your expertise or pick up new skills, KDAB offers a range of upcoming courses to help you plan ahead. Here's an overview of what's coming up. Debugging and profiling Qt applications on Linux. Berlin, Germany. 3 days in English. This training introduces the key tools for finding bugs and diagnosing performance issues in Qt applications on Linux, from general debugging and CPU profiling to Linux-specific high-level analyzers. It runs from May 19th to the 21st. Advanced QML. Berlin, Germany. 3 days in English. KDAB's Advanced QML course dives deep into QML and C++ integration, scene graph profiling, and performance optimization. Learn to use OpenGL in QML, identify UI bottlenecks, and apply best practices for high-performance applications, even on constrained hardware. This runs from August 18th to the 20th. Upcoming Rust courses, online for 2026. KDAB's upcoming online Rust training courses are now open for registration, offered in collaboration with our partner Ferris Systems, a company that has been deeply involved in the Rust community since before Rust 1.0. These sessions provide a solid path for developers looking to build or expand their Rust expertise. Introduction to Rust, online, 5 half-days in English. A comprehensive introduction to Rust's core concepts, ownership model, type system, and tooling. This runs from May 18th to the 22nd. Embedded Rust, online, 3 half-days in English. A focus course on using Rust in embedded environments, covering memory-safe patterns, hardware interaction, and practical workflows for constrained systems. May 27th to the 29th. Introduction plus Embedded Rust Combo, online, 8 half-days in English. A combined track that brings together both courses for a complete foundation in general and embedded Rust development, running from May 18th to the 29th. All the latest RHEL event news can be found on kdab.com/events. Remember that you can get all the links of items mentioned here in the description, the kdab.com/newsletter, or from the newsletter itself if you're signed up to it. Thank you so much for listening to the KDAB newsletter. Don't hesitate to give feedback or questions, and we'll see you in the next one.